Ladaxel asks, how many 4K buzzwords are going to be mentioned this conference? Probably not many, because none of the VR headsets support 4K. Even Pimax, I believe, has like a fake 4K that's not even like a legit 4K, so let's
hey guys,
see.
Richard here, studio director at Vertigo Games. Welcome to our studio.
Oh, Vertigo
Today
opening.
The team will be
okay.
talking about After the Fall, our biggest and most ambitious VR
They made
project
Arizona
yet.
Sunshine.
We've been working on this for 1.5 years, and we can't wait to hear what you guys think.
Arizona Sunshine was like the first big first-person shooter in VR. They were building that back on like early Oculus kits. Like Kickstarter era Oculus kits. It was an alright game, but they're very capable, these guys. Is that really all you're gonna show though? That's a bummer.
After the Fall is a VR action
I sincerely hope they have more to show us.
Set in a shared world.
Let me know if the volume's a little low. I think it is.
Players use their own combat styles to fight against a variety of these zombie-like creatures known as the Snowbeat in a battle for survival and control of a frozen, post-apocalyptic Los Angeles.
To me, After the Fall is about a lot of enemies and about loads of loot. Me and my team are really pushing the boundaries of VR by getting the largest hordes, the biggest bosses and the richest environments on screen, all shared with players around the world.
So once players have teamed up and selected a loadout, they go on a mission together. Missions can involve various types of objectives. Say a settlement is in desperate need of some assistance.
Oh yeah, NAF
requires you to go out and save them
unfortunately,
from a giant
the audio
colossal
quality is
snowbeat that you
compromised
take down together.
today.
The main focus for After the Fall
Sorry about that.
are the main missions that you do. But aside from that, there's also side content that you can follow, and events, and other interesting encounters that you can do to upgrade your equipment further, you know, and of course, play that endgame.
Man, they should have done a second
Hey everyone,
take with
and
that developer.
welcome to the first ever Upload E3 VR showcase. Thanks for being here. I'm Jamie. This is going to be exactly what it sounds like, 60 minutes of VR games. That's not a lot of time for me to talk. You just want to see the games. Why don't we just get right to it?
Thank you for getting right to it. I appreciate it.
Do you
Jamie?
remember Meliora? It was a land of magic and wonder. And many foes wished to claim it.
Wow, his art's real nice. I have no idea how you play this game, but this art's real nice.
There is no price I wouldn't pay to protect my home. What is but a
Oh, it's a
soul
sequel to
in
The
return
Wizards.
for such
This is
power?
a VR game I still have yet to play, but it's been like on my short list to buy for a while. It was actually received really well. People really enjoyed that game. It was like a large game too, like 10 plus hours as well. I was gonna say, this sounds very TF2. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I've heard of hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. Oh my god, look at these weenies. These costumes look super dope though. Fortress coming soon for hot dog, horseshoes, and hand grenades. Okay. Oh, that's a cute game mode. That's fun. June 28th.
Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to Nicorp's offices. We're going to be showing you some footage from budget cuts for PSVR for the very first time.
Whoa, budget cuts coming to PSVR. Shit. I've been wanting to play this game for like a long while, but I do not have a PSVR headset. So the whole thing in budget cuts is like you can place teleporters or like portals, and then you have to like manually walk through them yourself to go to where you're going. And it's like a stealth action game if I remember right, but again, I haven't actually played it. Fall, cool. I'm down. Yeah,
Hi,
wild to
my
see
name
new
is James
TF2
Hunt,
stuff,
and
right?
I'm very
Wadala?
happy to announce
totally
the next
agree.
title from Fast Travel Games,
Oh,
and a passion project of mine
shit.
called The Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets.
These
the
guys
Curious
made
Tale is an
Apex,
interactive, heartwarming story where you play your childhood
Apex, the
memories
other one.
formed into
Forget
tiny
it.
worlds in front of you. The game is full
Not
of
Apex
animated
Legends,
life,
the other one.
playful interactions, and joyful, unique puzzles. We at Fast Travel Games are known for our action adventures in first person, but this is something very different. We're
Apex
a small,
Construct,
passionate
thank
team
you, that's the
working on
game.
this game alongside our bigger titles, and we hope to share something really special. And
Apex
here's the very
Construct
first
was real
trailer.
solid
Enjoy.
too.
Is that you? I didn't recognize you at first. You're all grown up. Do you
Yeah, they're all
remember
working in
the
Unity for sure.
curious world
Unity is like,
created
without a doubt,
together?
like the premier
You and I,
VR game engine.
We have
It's
a problem
phenomenal
to
for
handle
VR.
there, and I think you can help.
This is cute. I wonder if you physically circle around this thing, or if you like get to rotate the worlds. It's cool. You probably do both. I mean, probably supports both. Yeah, alright. Looks cute. Very, oh yeah, Alpheda's Prime in the chat. You're dead on. Very Captain Toad. I agree.
Yoo-hoo! Hot sauce, please! Hello!
So this
We
is
need
the
to put
Angry
aside
Birds
our differences
movie.
and work together.
Are you freaking kidding me?
There is... Okay. There's an Angry Birds VR game that was actually received really well, because like, I mean, the premise works, right? You pull back the slingshot and you fire and it works. This seems different though. This seems like an adventure game underwater or something.
Okay, guys, let's do this.
And I guess this one's based
This
on
is the amazing team I've been working around the clock for.
Wow, physical release.
For the players.
Thanks, Sony.
Are you freaking kidding me? That was an awesome showcase of the great content VR developers are putting out there right now. Next up, let's take a trip to the TARDIS.
I have not seen that movie, not at all.
Signal at maximum power. Oh, you are gonna love this bit.
Doctor Who The Edge of Time is a feature-length adventure where you get to fly the TARDIS and visit new locations in the world of Doctor Who. The story based around a villain that has awoken, they're in control of space and time, and they've
People
sent
like
out
Doctor
a
Who,
reality virus that totally disrupts the time across various
people like
worlds.
Doctor
Stronger, and I'll soon be through that door, so get a move on. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
We get to visit different worlds, different times. We get to explore worlds really intimately, as well as more challenging
why it's so
mechanics
red.
when you might meet well-known characters
Like,
such as the Weeping
Is this a
Angels
thing?
or
Is
even
there like
the
a place in
Daleks.
Doctor Who where everything's red?
For us, it's really important that we captured the experience of being in an episode. And that moment when the TARDIS appears is a really powerful moment. And of course, when you open the doors and you can actually see the TARDIS, it's quite amazing. A real VR moment.
Yeah, okay. Not much of a Doctor Who guy, but so the Stone Punk, these guys had a game showed in the pre-show at the beginning. Would have liked to see a bit more gameplay than just walking around. Have I seen Boneworks? Yes, I have seen Boneworks, and it's fucking dope. I hope they show Boneworks today. I like this very Blade Runner aesthetic here. So they showed a person on foot. So I wonder how open or not open this city is. Either way, this game looks pretty elaborate. I like shooting guns, and I like flying ships. Sometimes that's enough, right? Kickstarting summer 2019. Oh, okay. That game's a way. Yeah, kill the animals. Let's go. Oh, so the VR player gets to play the tree, and on your phone you get to play as the squirrels. That's cute. The aesthetic's not super my thing, but that's cute. That looks nice. That's sort of like asymmetrical
I'm Peter.
multiplayer is always
I'm from
fun.
Resolution Games. We're in the middle of Stockholm and we're working on a multiplayer VR game called Akron. In Akron, the VR player becomes a magical tree trying to defend its acorns. The mobile players joins in as squirrels trying to steal the acorns.
We tried to make games that could fit everyone. It was just the most natural thing that, okay, so you're a tree, you have your acorns, and what animal like acorns?
It was the most natural thing. You're a tree
squirrels, of
attacking squirrels.
So essentially it's a party game. You can pick up your friends, they're playing as the squirrels, you throw them away, you can pick up projectiles, a bowling ball. You can even pick up some sap,
the lighting
throw it on
feels
the
very
field,
default
and when the
Unity
sap
shader,
lays
right?
down, the
The
squirrels
lighting
will be
feels
slow
very
when you're running around.
We turned the lighting off.
Acorn is coming later this summer to Oculus Rift and Oculus Quest, and we can't wait for you guys to try.
VR.
Okay, let's get this straight. Budget cuts, Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets, and Akron. Is it just me, or are Swedish developers really good at making wholesome VR games? Next couple of VR games, not so wholesome.
Yeah, hit me with the big violence. Oh yeah, Servios, cool. For anyone who's not familiar, these are probably
with AMC to bring you the Walking Dead
biggest
boss.
independent
We're really excited about this title because it allowed us for the first time to bring together all the amazing technology that we built up from past shooters like Raw Data, the melee experiences from Pre-Rise to Glory, and our locomotion system from Sprint Vector for the first time, bringing them together in an action-packed experience like no one's seen before. Not only did we get to work with AMC and some of their team writers, we also got to work with some of the amazing talent on the show as well. As you're going through the campaign, you'll be able to level up your characters, unlocking new perks. Not only that, each character will have unique, iconic weapons that you've seen in the show, them using time and time again, and you'll be able to experience what it's like to play as those characters fighting off the walkers. With The Walking Dead, it's not just about the world itself and the walkers, but really how you interact with them, and we wanted to take that to the next level.
I do like how you can like grab them and push them around. I think that's pretty cool.
Creed, we wanted to take melee combat to the next level, so we created what we're calling progressive dismemberment. This new system, players not only can decapitate, scalp, carve, impale, and do all sorts of disgusting,
if this
horrible
weren't
things to
Survios,
walkers
I'm not sure
as
I'd
they
be
try to
feeling
survive through this
so sure. But they've been really
Will be
consistent
available
at delivering
local
super good
arcades
games.
across the
So
globe, but also at retail for the Oculus Rift and the Vive systems.
also at retail. Yo, that'll be a fun one. I wish this was Shower with Your Dad VR. That'd be great. I'm working for it. Oh God. This game is very relatable. This is just break shit the game. Everything seems to explode real nice, so that's good. Hotel R&R.
This is completely against hotel policy.
Cool. That looks cute. I think that's fun. Oh shit. More I expect you to die?
You've made your way into Dr. Zor's boardroom.
Shit, is this a new one or is this just new content?
Don't get too comfortable. You're only here to gather intel.
This is a really good game.
As long as you don't touch anything, you shouldn't have any trouble. We expect nothing less than your usual professionalism. Good luck.
Seat of Power. July 16th on almost everything. So is that a new game or is that DLC? I wonder.
Fans. Enjoying the show? I hope so, because the next
Either
couple are for
way.
you. Let's hand it over to one of the coolest dudes in video games.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Greg Miller from Kinda Funny, and I'm so happy that Upload VR is doing their own showcase. Of course, we're doing our own showcase too, E3, all indie games.
Man, this has
it's happening
actually, like, a
tonight. You
pretty
can check
good
it out
pace.
later. Enough about that. Instead, let's talk about PlayStation VR. That's right, the only real form of VR there is. I'm just kidding. I love Oculus Quest. I just have this thing where I, joke around about not liking PC games. I digress. PlayStation VR. I'm here to talk to you about Mini Mech Mayhem. It is a game from Future Lab. You might remember them.
Cool.
How could you forget? From the Velocity games that were awesome on the PlayStation Vita. You remember the PlayStation Vita, right? No, you don't. It was a handheld. It had 2 sticks. It was great. Nobody supported it enough, except people like Future Lab. That's why we need to support them with Mini Mech Mayhem.
Literally everyone watching this stream remembers the Vita as hard as possible.
Mini Mech Mayhem is a tabletop action strategy game for up to 4 players online. The game is played out in 2 stages. The first stage is planning, where everyone programs their actions for their little mech and they use the PlayStation Move controllers to pick the moves for them. And then the second phase is where all those moves that have been programmed play out, and you don't necessarily know which order they're going to play out in. During the programming phase, you're trying to get your mech onto the victory square or to push another mech into a hazard. You have to try and guess what your opponent is going to do. So if it does go horribly wrong, it's not the end of the world because you have intercept cards that you can play, such as calling in an airstrike or just nudging someone off by 1 square.
We've got this thing in the game called an avatar, which is what you play as. My favourite thing is to go into the shop and then customise my avatar. You can also customise your mech as well, your little buddy, and you can put different parts on them and change the colours.
One of my unbiased favourite parts of the game is the AI. There are about 60 AI characters in game. Each of the AI characters will have its own difficulty assigned to it, so they're falling into 4 categories: easy, medium, hard and tutorial. So you might start to recognise some of these AI. If you're playing against hard all the time, you'll come up against Jack the Brave.
What am I called in the game?
You're Frosty Matt.
Goodness. I should have been Lemon Matt, really.
Or you can swap with a Sour Claire if you want.
I'll be Sour Claire.
At the heart of Minimap Mayhem, there's a real strong funny bone, which is new for us as a studio. We've made fun games before, we've not made funny games.
Minimap Mayhem is coming out on the 18th of June.
Dude, I love how you're all sitting around the board like that.
PlayStation Store.
I found that sort of communal experience to be really fun in VR. And I've heard the same from people who have played like Werewolves Within and the Star Trek game. For me, it was mostly Spark, that sports game, where it was really enjoyable to just have other people watching you play, and you were all just talking and stuff.
Soldier of fortune. I am looking for food and shelter. Is there a brothel in this town? Where the fuck is everybody?
We got swearing, so it's a mature game for mature people such as us. Cool, I like weapon degradation. That's scary in this kind of setting. Yeah, it really could hire someone to cut a better trailer, but that looks like a neat game.
The highly anticipated Sorrento, but we're not stopping there. As you saw earlier, the Angry Birds Movie 2 VR Under Pressure is coming exclusively to PlayStation VR. We're so honoured to reveal today that Perp are plucking it out of the digital world and are sending it soaring onto store shelves everywhere. We can't wait for you to try this zany underwater adventure when it launches later this year. Also later this year, Drunken Bar Fight will get a special edition with added DLC, introducing a few new levels and features like character selection, customization, unlockables, and 4-player multiplayer. So roll up your sleeves, ready for when Drunken Bar Fight Special Edition comes to retail in 2019. Herp is always listening to the needs of the VR community, and that's why we are so happy to announce a physical edition of Pixel Ripped 1989.
Yeah, so this is just one of those companies that does physical releases. Okay.
Exclusively to the
I was trying to figure out who is this?
Pre-orders very soon.
Which company is talking to us?
With Alvor to publish their highly anticipated follow-up, Pixel Ripped 1995.
Oh,
this one will go to wider physical markets in all territories.
Pixel Ripped is really dope.
That's it. Well, almost.
Basically, you're like trying to play a game sneakily without the teacher knowing, but then like it goes places. Highwire. Oh my god, is this Golem? Oh my god, finally footage of Golem. Holy shit. This is like a PSVR exclusive announced when PSVR was like first announced, and I've been super pumped for this for a long time. Highwire is a lot of ex-Bungie people.
Enables you to achieve the impossible as you gradually explore and unravel
finally
the
footage of Golem.
City.
I've turned into a skeleton waiting for this.
We are thrilled to reveal that Golem will get a physical release through Perp
Yeah, it's
Games
true. Marty
at
O'Donnell's doing the
launch.
music.
Thank you for your continued support. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Hey guys, I'm Arian, programmer.
Curious that was part of the like we're releasing a physical version
that has been requested a
snip
lot.
and like not its own section. But hey, nice to actually see some footage of it and like confirm that it's not dead. Sunshine on Quest. Okay, cool. That's alright.
This will be the Arizona Sunshine experience you've come to love with the freedom of the Oculus Quest, coming this year.
Dance Central is the hottest club in virtual reality,
Boy,
where the music never stops and the doors never close.
They need to hire a video editor.
Soundtrack ranging from the 70s to today's biggest hits.
I haven't bought this one yet on the Oculus Quest, but it seems really nice.
To custom choreography, all designed for VR. In addition to practice mode, customizing your avatar, competitive and cooperative online multiplayer, we have some exciting new features coming to Dance Central. Playing Dance Central can be a workout. It's definitely a great game for fitness, so we created the fitness app. And the fitness app allows you to track your calories burned in real time as well as your stats over time. A huge part of the experience in Dance Central is dancing with the characters. Currently, your friends can challenge you to beat their scores, but now the characters are going to challenge you. Dancing with the characters allows you to earn respect.
How am I liking the Quest? I really enjoy it.
So you can
My only complaint is it's not as comfy as PSVR.
And finally, we're releasing 6 songs as DLC. So if you've mastered all 32 on the soundtrack, no problem. We have more content coming your way. Dance Central is available now for the Oculus Quest, Rift S, and Rift. So pick it up and meet us in the club.
Ooh.
I'm really excited to be here to announce something that we've been waiting to share actually with the rest of the VR community out there. And that is that we're bringing Echo Arena to Quest. And for us, that was actually a huge endeavor that we started when Quest was first announced internally. So I'm really excited to tell you that soon you'll be able to play Echo Arena in all its glory on the Quest.
Nice.
Hello, Captain Rob.
I really want to play Lone Echo on my Quest, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm also really excited to be here not only to announce Echo Arena for Quest, but I'm here to introduce Lone Echo 2. In Lone Echo 2, actually, we're joining back the story of Jack and Liv, and you'll be able to kind of reprise your role as Jack in this story that took our characters in the 22nd century from the space station around the rings of Saturn forward 400 years into the future, stranded on this spaceship. But then we open the world by introducing more characters that are going to contribute to your narrative, to the way you're going to play the game, and find out why not only is the gameplay mechanic important, but why is the relationship we build with the two characters important.
Like God, the movement system
really
is so perfect.
This idea that you and Liv are like family, and that you and her basically will go through anything against all odds.
They can't know you're online. I promise. I'll explain everything when I get back. I'm going to need your help.
Oh, how I wish I could play the first game. Nice that Echo Arena is going to be on the Quest anyway.
But Lone Echo 2 looked amazing, didn't it? Let's keep rolling with that PC VR vibe.
Oh yeah, Boneworks? Let's go. Boneworks looks so good. See those Valve Index hand movements there a second ago?
Hey!
Monkey bump.
Man, they've had better trailers for that game.
Battle Lake is our high seas pirate adventure. And the real focus here from Servios is we're just huge fans of high action combat and pirate.
Oh yeah, this is by
Servios,
Servios, right?
Bring those all together.
I've seen this game before. Looks neat.
Haven't been able to do in VR yet. Like all games at Servios, we really focus first and foremost on how can we innovate, how can we push the medium forward. So previously we had made sprint vectors, and that product we worked on fluid locomotion. So building upon the fluid locomotion system from the past, the team said, let's take this to vehicles. And the first thing the team asked ourselves is, if we're going to put fluid locomotion on a vehicle, what vehicle should we put players in? And everyone said almost simultaneously, pirates, right? Battleships on the high seas. You're constantly surrounded by dozens of pirate ships. We have a variety of weapons, from broadsides to Gatling guns, machine guns, axe throwers, ballistas,
all up in the chat says pirate ships don't work like this. What the fuck?
I
don't know about you, but I played Kingdom Hearts 3, and this is about how they work.
They also have their unique powers and abilities.
I wouldn't question this. They probably researched it.
We also have warfare mode.
Whoa, that character looks so cool.
Co-op on the same team, going from one scenario to another, there's a series of missions that give players random objectives and dynamic enemy types that progressively get harder and harder and harder the further the players get. So one of the really exciting things we're doing about Battlelake is we're actually going to have a closed beta. So please go to battlelake.com where you can sign up to participate in that, and players will be able to play this new and exciting warfare mode before this gets released to the public.
In my life thus far, I have lost my unborn child.
Oh my god, these cuts are so fast.
My fortune.
Hell Systems. What a name.
I've been betrayed and dishonored. All for the sake of evil men and their ambitions.
Yeah, this flip-flops pretty rapidly from, ooh, this shot looks nice, to, ooh, that looks a little rough. Yeah, people like dragons though, so, hey. Oh wow, town looks nice though.
The castle guards serve only to collect.
What more do I have to lose?
Yeah, alright. Probably some shots in there you shouldn't have shown, but there was some good looking stuff in there. It's probably fun. I mean, like, even rough stuff is still fun in VR.
We're working on
But that was
Space
maybe
Team
a little too rough.
Virtuality, which
Whoa,
is a
Space Team
portrait
VR?
shooting game where you have to stop your ship from reaching its impending doom. The only way you can do that is by yelling at your friends.
Fun!
We've licensed the
This
original
game's
Space
super
Team
good.
iOS and Android game with over 8 million users. We've brought that great couch co-op play, brought it into VR.
It's for between 2 and 6 players. You can play locally or you can play online.
Just like the original game, each sector gets harder and harder and crazier as you're shouting things to each other. Different challenges in each sector as you get a different set of controls on your panel. Ray guns to shoot, you can shoot all the aliens that are throwing goop at your panels with.
You've got a special hammer, so when everything inevitably breaks, you can then fix it.
We've got fire extinguishers to put all the fires out, which will inevitably happen.
Definitely.
You'll have asteroid fields that you need to defend against.
And of course, we've got terrifyingly difficult to understand instructions and a high level of technobabble.
And lots of over-the-top facial expressions from your various avatars, which will also be personalisable as well. Ultimately, the important thing to remember for this game is you have to work together as a space team!
Yeah, so this game is available on iOS and Android.
We're really excited to be bringing
and it's really
Space
fun
Team
already,
to
so
VR fans at
VR
home,
seems
but also VR
like
arcades,
a natural
so people
fit.
who might not have access to headsets can go off and play. And watch this space.
That art looks exactly like it needs to for Space Team. Just, yeah. Go jank all the way.
Is a VR rhythm shooter available now in early access.
Yeah, Autica's
Armed
cool.
with dual blasters, players shoot and smash to the beat of a killer soundtrack with 22 songs and counting.
This is by Harmonix,
We've already
I
released 10 updates in early access, and later this month we'll have our biggest update yet. It will include more new songs, a new environment, a new weapon set, and new leaderboard features that make it easier to challenge and compete with your friends, even cross-platform.
We recently updated the game to allow for custom blasters and avatars, and we also shared tools to allow you to create alternate target maps for any of the songs in our game soundtrack.
Ooh, that's a nice tool.
Today, we're releasing an in-game editor that allows you to shoot along to any song on the soundtrack any way you like, which is immediately a playable map which can be shared or exported to Reaper for tweaking.
We are extremely
wow.
grateful to our Attica creators and wanted to find a special way to showcase and reward that creativity. So we're excited to invite all of you to create your own playable maps, submit them through our Discord channel by July 10th for a chance to win prizes. We look forward to playing what you make.
Literally
you can pick
custom
Attica
song
now
contest.
on Steam,
That's cool.
Oculus Store, or Viveport, and we'll see you on the leaderboards.
Yeah, all right.
Asgard's Wrath is an action-adventure RPG game set in a Norse mythology backdrop. You're going to be exploring a number of realms throughout the entire game.
This one's published by Oculus.
You're going to meet some of the famous Asgardians from across the world of Wrath. Loki's going to be sending you off to different realms to meet mortal heroes that you're going to aid and help to complete their saga.
Cowards! I will not be swept away so easily!
Gameplay is very action-oriented. As a god, you're going to be converting animals to assist the human characters.
Look at that, a shark soldier.
So you could
That's
tell
great.
him to eat corpses. As he's eating the corpses, sometimes he'll be pulling a lever that's lifting up a platform, or he could be opening a door. I think people
God,
have
this is
never
such an elaborate
seen
looking
combat
game.
like what they're going to see in Asgard's Wrath. It's so visceral to have the sword and the shield in your hand and feel the impact and really feel like you're there competing with somebody. But probably one of my favorite elements is when you first as a god convert an animal and you put it down, to actually initiate and make that animal be your follower and do your bidding, you've got to walk over and give him a high five or a fist bump to get him to follow you.
My blades are at your command.
Asgard's Wrath will be out fall 2019, and it'll be out on the Oculus Rift. And make sure to play it on the Oculus Rift S because it looks absolutely fantastic on that.
Man,
my name is Victoria.
I wish I could get that game.
In the 4th year of the reign of King James, I was knighted for fending off a raid by orcs from the Black Fist. Shortly after,
By
I joined
Smilegate.
the Alpine Order to help maintain peace in the city. In the 6th year of King James, I saved a group of noble women from an unruly mob at Rose Square. And in the following year, I defeated a company of
Yo, this looks
gathering
neat.
near our border. I accompanied my lord as his steadfast guard through the Shadow Hills, the Azure Marshlands, and the Ashen Plains. No one dared doubt my loyalty. Until, that is, Lord Conrad was injured in battle during the Cobalt Rebellion. Baroness Eva was behind everything.
We got character designs in this one too.
Shh. Someone's coming. Be quiet. We don't have much time. Where were we? Oh, right. The injury. While the Lord was recovering, Baroness Eva took control of the military. Baroness Eva began installing her close allies in positions of power. I couldn't stand it any longer. So we planned to retake the castle. But then
Those suits of armor are dope.
Covered our plot. Last night, just as I was supposed to meet Lord Conrad, I sneaked into his room. A familiar smell hit me as soon as I opened the door. The wretched smell of blood, just like being back on the battlefield. I checked on Lord Conrad immediately, but he was already lying there dead, drenched in blood. It was obvious that his last breaths were spent in agony. I couldn't find any wounds, and the color of his blood was strange.
This narration just keeps going, doesn't
As
it?
if he were poison. Suddenly, I realized I had stumbled into a trap. Baroness Eva had been behind everything from the very beginning. I fought, but there were too many of them. I somehow managed to...
Like, how far into the story are we?
But I must go on. This is treason, plain and simple. And I'm out to expose the traitor's plot. Let's make a deal, Dave. If you help me clear my name, I will bring no charges against you. I give you my word.
Logan.
Huh?
Logan.
That's my name.
Yo, that does look really cool though. The narration was a bit but
Garden of the Sea
that
is a
looks
VR
really
game
high
about
quality. Oh my
truly
god, give me a
belonging somewhere,
second,
about
please.
creating a home with your own hands and about exploring and connecting with the world around you.
You start out on a small island and you have a little cottage, and your objective is to grow your own garden and explore the nearby islands and befriend some interesting creatures and basically
Oh, I want to
just
be friends
make
with that
this
bird.
world your home.
We had this internal pitch day right after we released Budget Cuts, and Christopher, the art director on this game, and I both came into the pitch day and basically pitched the exact same game. So we looked at each other and we're like, we kind of have to build this now, don't we?
Look, there's an anime figure from that, what's that fucking show where the girl wants to fuck her brother?
We want to do some
And she's a
crossbreeding
manga
in the
artist.
future, both
Aromanga
for the animals
Sensei.
and for the
There's an
plants,
Aromanga
so that,
Sensei
what you're
figure on the
feeding them
desk, so
affects
how can
how
you not
they
trust this?
behave or what they look like in the future. We have some quests, we have a boat, we want to put in fishing soon.
Another thing that I really like is
Right
the
there,
creatures,
far left of the screen.
because they are really fun to interact with.
Yeah, they're so cute, aren't they?
Yeah. And I hope we're gonna add more of them for the full game.
I have to say I have like a soft spot for the crafting system.
This is by Code Sync
that
though,
one,
right?
I think has a lot of potential to
You guys
become
are
really
good.
cool. So we figured like, why not release it now, today, in way too early access. We have so many ideas about what we
Way
want to
too
build,
early
but we want to
access.
know
Yeah, okay.
what you
That's
want
goofy, I
the
like
game
that.
to have. And we need your input on that to figure out how to make this game the best it possibly can be.
We're releasing Garden of the Sea on Steam, and we will support all the major VR headsets via Steam VR.
Okay.
Back high five.
What's that? I don't know.
That's how that works.
These cool backwards
We're not good at high
fives.
fives, so we're going to work on our high fives.
Hi, I'm Paul Vandermeer, lead designer at Vertigo Games, and today we're proud to reveal the first gameplay footage of the Dam DLC, the largest Arizona Sunshine mission yet. It's
Man,
coming
lots of
your way
Vertigo games.
August 27th. Please enjoy.
Not a bad thing. Like, I'm always down for more Arizona Sunshine, but...
You knew what you were getting into. Get inside the dam, reset the control systems, and prove yourself useful.
If this game looks a little rote to you compared to like the Walking Dead game earlier with all those cool physical interactions, bear in mind this was like the first VR first-person shooter of note. Like this game, this DLC is being built off of some pretty old firmware.
No, no!
Okay then. Let us begin.
Hi, I'm Erin, Head of Content at Hammerhead, an immersive entertainment studio based in the UK. We're excited to announce that we're working on the continuation of Abe, the award-winning 2013 cult film by Rob McClellan. Abe is a tense psychological horror about a robot who's looking for love in all the wrong places. We are
They got a
creating
dog
a
in the
multi-format
office.
story world, leading with a
I like
pioneering
that.
location-based VR experience that will be brought to life through state-of-the-art volumetric capture. We're also bringing you a short film and a game release that can be played with or without VR. We're proud to present the first teaser. Take a look.
Never heard of this film. Yeah, if it sounds like the mixing is bad, it's because the mixing is bad. Like, it sounds bad to me as well.
Let us begin.
This is my major piece of feedback for Upload VR this year. Hire someone who's better at video editing. Because you guys got the content, you guys got good content. That's a VR cell right there. It's just you and a pig in a room.
Maybe this time.
You gotta deal with it. You
I'll
figure
get
it out.
right. Maybe this time I will fix you.
Abe looks amazing, but what are you going to do to that pig? Anyway, thanks Hammerhead for that one. In fact, we're nearing the home stretch now, so it's time to start throwing some more megatons your way. Here's the latest look at Aspire 1.
Oh, this game looks so good. I'm so glad we're going to get to hear some shit. So these guys made Killing Floor.
Aspire 1 is a made-for-VR stealth action first-person shooter that targets every VR platform.
I'm actually like so pumped for this game.
The original inspiration for Aspire actually came from Upload VR's Presence podcast that they ran in 2016. One of their listener questions was, why aren't there any realistic stealth games in VR? Games like Metal Gear Solid and Splinter Cell. And for 2 years we've been trying to reimagine these classic stealth mechanics in VR.
Yeah, Aspire's been built for VR PC headsets, including the Oculus Rift S, Valve Index, the HTC Vive, and Windows Mixed Reality. It's also coming to PSVR and the Oculus Quest, where gameplay will remain one-to-one.
A huge problem
that's dope
with
that they're doing
VR
a Quest
is
version.
simulator sickness, or VR sickness. And right from day one, we've always wanted all players to play Aspire with the full freedom of movement and the precise control
look at this thing.
they expect from
so
console
cool.
shooters. So early in development, we invented the Aspire Control Theater. It is our locomotion system with its comfort features, and the Aspire Control Theater allows for full
This is
freedom of
optional, by the way.
maintains
They
immersion
implemented
in the game
this in the Killing
and
Floor
minimizes
DLC VR game recently.
We've also got electromagnets in the Aspire robot's hands, so you can climb metal surfaces throughout the game and distance grip certain objects, which gives you a variety of stealth options when you're playing the game. You can actually sneak up behind guards if you're undetected and physically say freeze, and they'll be held up. Players experience long-form, story-driven campaign missions, so they take 30 to 80 minutes to complete. Progress can be saved mid-mission, which
that's
is perfect
lengthy.
for playing on the go.
There are also a number of virtual challenges that test your skills on global leaderboards.
Tripwire have just been fantastic over the journey. They've been so much more than just a publisher. They've provided us dev support and a variety of other resources throughout the journey.
The Aspire team is extremely excited to get the game into your virtual hands. You'll be able to play Aspire
cool.
this coming August, where it will be
August.
available on all platforms. To find out more about the game and to stay up to date on the latest developments, be sure to visit us on our social media platforms.
Yeah, I'm
Holy
super pumped for that
looked
one.
amazing. If you like that, check out this cool.
Hey everybody, Shabs, game director here at First Contact Entertainment. I'm excited to be here on behalf of our team to give you guys a world exclusive to the new title we're working on. It's a fast-paced multiplayer shooter in VR.
Wait, that's not a first look. There was no look. Well, I like First Contact, and it's on the Quest, so at least I can play it, but that wasn't a look. So this looks like budget cuts, but it is not budget cuts. It's new budget cuts? Budget cuts too. Okay, yeah. Nice. Okay. Yeah.
So we knew early on that we wanted to make Budget Cuts 2 a game of larger scope and variety. So that's when we asked Fast Travel Games to collaborate with us.
Yeah, I mean, we used to share an office back then, so we played each other's games before they were finished. There was lots of discussions and great ideas being thrown around. So when Neat approached us to co-develop this game, my thoughts went back to those discussions, and I'm really, really happy we will work together to make them come alive. In Budget Cuts 2, You're on a mission. It used to be about saving your job, but now you have to save the world. So your mission is to take down Transcorp, a mega powerful corporation that kills humans and replaces them with workaholic robots, all in the name of efficiency. And to accomplish this, you have to leave your office cubicle and travel across several new types of environments.
So these new environments, they enable us to make new gameplay, both in terms of enemy encounters and puzzle solving, and combining that with our improved AI system and new types of enemies, new types of gadgets, lets us make a whole new range of challenges. So it's not just like choosing between stealth or action, it's more fine-grained, like how you choose to approach a stealth scenario, or what tools you use to accomplish your goals. The original Budget Cuts was about escaping the Transcorp offices, so we found that players were taking a very cautious approach to enemies.
In Budget Cuts 2, it's much more about infiltration, about getting closer to the Transcorp headquarters to finally be able to take them down. Budget Cuts 2 is a self-contained title, so you don't have to have enjoyed Budget Cuts 1 to play this.
Even if you hate it.
But I think you really should, because it's an awesome game.
Stay tuned, because Budget Cuts 2 Mission Insolvency will be released on all high-end VR headsets this year.
What?
Yeah, I wonder if that includes PSVR, since...
Okay, hold on to your butts.
PSVR
It's the big finale. Let's hand it over to Cloudhead Games.
Wow, this art.
So Pistol Whip is this kind of glorious hodgepodge of genres. We've been describing it as like a music rhythm FPS game, but it also has the inklings of like a runner game and a bullet hell game.
It's a shooter that you don't necessarily have to be dead accurate for to hit, and it's a rhythm game that doesn't require you to take out enemies in a specific order.
Rhythm game as well.
The gameplay of Pistol Whip is all about speed. You're not taking your time and aiming down the sights to make sure you get a headshot on a dude. You don't have time for that. You gotta move quickly through the scene, taking out as many guys as you can, dodging bullets all at the same time. I love this idea that you are kind of just focus on the thing that you're good at. And in this case, it's either being reactive and accurate to hitting enemies, or you're thinking about the beat and the musicality of it.
It's like taking chocolate and peanut butter in VR with your kind of flow state rhythm of Beat Saber, and you've got your frenetic action of Superhot, and you put them together and you end up feeling like John Wick in a movie trailer, taking out targets and ultimately being this action hero badass.
We ended up listening to a whole bunch of different tracks, obviously, and as the team kind of focused in on what we really wanted the heart of the game to be, it became clear that one label in Montreal really stood out. Cannibal Records is who we ended up partnering with.
Straight from the grave.
I'm not familiar with this music label, but they're from Montreal, so...
And kick-ass, epic action songs, but they're also just super fun. So it really kind of hit the sweet spot for us and what we were looking for.
A round of Pistol Whip feels kind of like watching a high-octane action movie trailer. You know, if you liked John Wick, Hardcore Henry, Equilibrium, you're probably going to love this.
So for me, part of the inspiration for Pistol Whip was figuring out a way to kind of plant the user in the center of an action scene.
A lot of rhythm games do deal with just you're static and you're in a void and things sort of fly past you. We wanted to go a different direction and move the player actually through a space so that we could tap into action movie tropes. This is not exactly the club from John Wick, but it's tapping into that same vibe.
Even by happenstance, without even trying, the player is going to be kind of musically flowing through the game just based on where the enemies are popping up.
The stuff that you see in your typical rhythm game where you have a specific set of targets to hit at a specific timing, that doesn't exist here. You're presented opportunities in a rhythmic manner that's driven by the music that's at the heart of everything, and you choose how to capitalize on those.
at the start, you're trying to compete against yourself. You're trying to best your last score. You're trying to...
Man, this game looks great, but again, like the pacing of this show is all over the
You
place.
start in a panic state. I like the kind of steps and stages you experience as you kind of go through different songs and you learn how to be a great pistol whip player. I think our studio shines in terms of game feel. Whether it's a deeply complex narrative experience or something like we did for Valve with the Hand Labs experience or Pistol Whip, we pride ourselves on knowing what feels good, and I think Pistol Whip feels amazing, and people will get it when they play it.
It's a good name too. I hope that will be on my Oculus
Okay,
Quest.
that's a wrap. We are done, finished, finito, out of here. Thank you so much for watching the first ever Upload E3 VR showcase. Thank you to every developer that took part today. You guys make the VR industry what it is. Let's close out with another look at some of the games we covered today.
Cool, so this is just going to be a little sizzle reel. PC gaming show starts in like 3 minutes. You know what? For their first year, I think they did a pretty darn good job with this. I've got to say, they did nail the content. You know, not every game looked great, but they had a bunch that really looked exceptional in there. It was nice that they were able to get Sony stuff. It was nice they were able to get big companies like Ready at Dawn and, I mean, Oculus, you know, a couple Oculus exclusives in there as well. I think they did a really good job as a first year. Next year, better video editing would be great. More of a sense of pacing, less developer interviews that just kind of go on and on with bad microphones. Not averse to having like little developer snippets and trailers. I don't even think that's a bad idea, but like, not like that. That was a bit much, for example, in that Pistol Whip section where it's just like, okay, I get it, like, come on, let's go. But I do think they did a good job in general for their first year. I hope they do this again. I'm glad they were able to find this much content. I did have a worry coming in that like we might be seeing more poor looking games as they try to fill an hour, but I definitely don't get the sense that they struggled to fill an hour, you know? I think they could have gone for longer if they wanted to, especially bearing in mind that there were like 5 or 6 trailers before the event that we didn't see in the pre-show. So yeah, man, I give this a firm thumbs up. Definitely a couple games in here that I'm really excited to play. Always glad to see more of Aspire 1. Oh my god, Aspire 1 looks so good. Just like, I mean, it's just basic shit, climbing and walking and shooting and stealthing, but like, it seems to all be so perfectly meshed together. So, you know, Wedelo in the chat says, definitely get the vibe they had to turn down some applicants. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked, honestly. That sounds right. It really does. Anyhow, so PC is starting in like 1 minute. Like literally 1 minute. Oh, we gotta add Twitch. Okay. So this is gonna have to wrap up. I gotta say, if there was one trailer that kind of disappointed me, it was the Boneworks one. Oh, also After the Fall, yeah, sure. But there have been so many good snippets of like Boneworks footage, and there are a couple of good trailers for it, and this Boneworks trailer was like actually kind of really weak. But also, yeah, that first game After the Fall, like I wish they would have shown like anything. That would have been nice. Okay, so this is the intro reel for PC